Good morning and welcome to another episode of Josh and Pat. I'm Joshua Klein, joined by Patrick Cassett, and the Miami Heat are playing the Boston Celtics in Game 7 tonight. The Heat started up 3-0, but since have gone the exact opposite, losing the last 3 games to the Celtics. Patrick, who do you like tonight and why?
Yeah, Josh, I absolutely love the Miami Heat tonight. History will not be made by the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Here's 2 things I know. Home court advantage does not matter in Game 7.
Right.
Because Game 7,
Well,
anything can happen, okay?
Sure.
And number 2, it's hard to win off an emotional win. Game 6, last second lay-in, they get it done. Josh, the Heat, even though they have to travel in the cold weather up to Boston, I think they get it done.
Cold weather game, something that's going to be gotta affect the conditions.
Well, because people
in
don't talk
some
about
way.
the NBA playoff elements.
They don't.
They don't.
Patrick, I actually am quite certain I know the outcome of this series. Last night, and it's very few times where I feel like I have a dream relevant to the things that are going on in society. Last night, I had a dream, and it was a very vivid dream, and it felt so real, and I knew in that dream the outcome
Okay, boy, you gonna tell us or
of the game.
so what?
And in that dream, the Boston Celtics won.
Oh no, Josh, don't.
The Boston Celtics won. And then all of a sudden I was transported to the garden and I was seeing it rain green confetti.
No.
Green and gold confetti.
Was it a close game? Was it?
I don't know the
so
score.
it wasn't that vivid.
It wasn't that
So,
vivid. Well, it also could have been, but I probably didn't pay attention to the
okay,
score.
makes sense. You were in the moment.
But all
You're
I
right.
know is the Celtics won and it felt so real. And I feel like, unfortunately now, I woke up today thinking the Celtics won last night.
So it's already happened.
I think so. And I don't want it to happen, but it feels like that's what's going to happen.
I absolutely love the Heat tonight, Josh, because they got nothing to lose other than a series.
Well,
So-
they've had nothing to lose the last 3 games. So,
yeah, but everybody knows, Josh. Everybody knows a deadline is how you get things done. That's how things work here in America.
they were procrastinating.
They were procrastinating.
On this thing. They said, we could have got it done game 4.
Mhm.
Well, why don't we just wait and get it done game 7?
And I don't know about you, but I can relate to that. So hey, Miami Heat. Hey,
They're just like us.
they're just like us.
Yeah. Well, okay, good for the Heat. I guess in your eyes, maybe gonna go out. Great performance. Everyone's saying Jimmy Butler is due for a crazy game.
Well, he is. MJ's son would show up in Game 7.
He would.
That's one thing that
And that's
I do
the thing.
know.
This is like the DNA test tonight, so we're gonna figure this all out.
Mhm, like the 23andMe will be on the court tonight.
Yeah, 23.
Ooh, see?
Boom. Also in the NBA. So, NBA ref Eric Lewis, also known as Blair Cutliff,
Mm-hmm.
has been taking to Twitter, responding to fans,
Voicing their concerns.
about the NBA reffing. But Blair's saying, hey, he's defending these refs.
I'll tell you what.
Specifically, this Blair Cutliff guy was defending Eric Lewis pretty hard.
I'll tell you what. Blair Cutliff, stand-up guy for the NBA. I think the NBA needs to hire him as a PR guy to come in, make sure you correct the things going wrong on the internet, right? Because Blair Cutliff, this guy, he seems like a guy that's pro NBA. He's pro
Yep.
league. People are trying to give referees some heat about whether or not they like the Lakers. And you know what? Blair Cutliff, he's going to stand up for the refs. He's going to stand up for the NBA. And that's what you get here with this Twitter account.
Well, and there might be an opening for Blair Cutliff because NBA ref Eric Lewis might get canned because of actions, and so there's a chance. But I bet you if Eric gets out of there, I think we're gonna see Blair maybe defend him.
And that's exactly account, not up at the moment.
Oh, deleted.
So maybe we see like, Blair Cutliff 2 come out with an account, and hey, you know what? If Eric Lewis can't ref anymore, the NBA should hire Blair Cutliff to
See,
come in.
now I just don't understand how like illiterate people have to be to make a burner account and get caught. I feel like has to be the easiest thing in the world. First of all, don't use your phone number.
That seemed like that was his first issue. Is he uses email.
Okay, so don't use your email, your phone number. That's the first one. Make a new one.
Right.
Hey, you can go
make a burner email. It's not
just make a burner email.
Yes.
Okay.
Step 1.
Easy. Step 1. Step 2. Don't exclusively comment and on posts about either said real person or real person topics that person would also want to comment on. Don't make it that obvious. Just maybe just have a normal Twitter.
Step 3. Choose an avatar picture. It can be anything, but don't have it be blank.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Stock photo. Come on. It just feels like I have no idea how you could possibly do this anymore. To get caught is just come on.
Do you know how many Twitter bots there are?
Yeah, million.
And the fact that you're going to get caught with a burner?
You could literally, in Twitter today, you could pay for a verification on a person that doesn't even exist. And that would be, and make it completely convincing. You could be Selena Gomez if you wanted to.
Yeah. Instead,
whoever.
Instead, Blair Cutliff gets caught.
Blair, come on.
Hey, but maybe this is like a Cliff Paul situation.
What's that?
We send him out there, If Eric Lewis is,
I don't think
if he's canned, we just send out Blair Cutliff.
I don't think Blair Cutliff is going to be as good of an insurance agent, though.
Yeah, because Cliff gets the job done.
Cliff gets the job done, unlike brother
Chris,
who
can't
gotten
get
it
the job done.
So, hey, well, hopefully Blair / Eric will figure this out.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get it straight.
Great name though. For if you're choosing a name, he had one of the 5 steps cut done.
Blair Cutliff was a pretty good burner name.
Yeah. You roll with Blair. Make the email blaircutliff@gmail.com or maybe
Blair Cutliff 54,
whatever number
it
is available. Yeah. Find a photo of Blair. You're good. You'll never get caught. Okay. Now this is sad news, Patrick. This next topic, and as you remember, Patrick, there was a time in my life prior to LeBron James, I was a Lakers fan.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a certain year where we drafted a UCLA player who was hot. He was good.
Big baller out of there.
Huge. And that was Lonzo Ball. Now, if you recall the story with Lonzo, Patrick, Lonzo came out and via his dad, he said, we're not doing the traditional go Nike, go Under Armour, Puma. We're not doing that.
No.
Because
makes too much sense.
Because my dad has his own company that he's starting. It's called Big Baller Brands. And so it was a big controversy because Lonzo was turning down potentially millions of dollars to help fund his family's startup company.
Right, because he was going to be the superstar athlete.
Superstar of the league. Because, his shot was, it was new. It was going to revolutionize the game.
It was revolutionary, yeah.
If we knew anything, every 6th grader across the country
was doing it.
Was going to be right here.
A bigger impact on the game than anybody else could have imagined.
So he hops in these new Big Baller Brand shoes, retailed at only about $500.
Hey, it's a steal, Josh. $500 for that when you could be part of history in the shoe game, brand.
Exactly. So they get the new $500 ZO2s, and now, Patrick, it's coming out that those very same shoes might be the reason that Lonzo Ball never plays in the NBA ever again.
Whoa, Josh. Let's put it like this. Lonzo's got an injury. Bulls privately believe that maybe he's never going to play again. there's some that are wondering, including the Los Angeles Lakers, according to reports, that the initial injury was caused by how bad the Big Baller Brand shoes were.
Now, this is tough. This is really
it's a tough look
tough
for the brand.
Also, shout out the Lakers for just sticking their nose into like none of their business.
Like they didn't have to do that.
Lonzo just not on their team anymore.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't been for a while.
Hasn't been for a while.
Wasn't necessary.
They could have said nothing. Like really he has nothing to do with the organization right now. They just wanted to throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Stir up the drama, really, is what the Lakers are doing.
Yeah. Well, and so you got to wonder, I don't know who LeVar Ball's shoe guy is, on the research and development. But if I was him, I would have just said, hey, give me what Nike does and slap some triple Bs on there and let's run with that. And instead, maybe they went a little too far trying to be the revolutionary.
Well, I think it might have been LiAngelo who was designing the shoes, because we know that he has a lot of experience with designer.
He does. LiAngelo definitely more of the style guy.
Yeah,
of the brothers.
Absolutely.
So it's an unfortunate story to come out here this morning, though, because Lonzo really was trying to turn his career around in Chicago, and
he actually was. He legitimately, when healthy, was
like
playing
a pretty
really
good
well.
player. Yeah, and who would have thought that maybe Big Baller Brand ZO2 shoe would be devastating. Now, my question is for Lonzo: does he come out with a Big Baller Brand diss track?
We haven't seen him in the rap scene for a while. He teased a release that he never released, and it actually
he dropped in 2022.
He did.
He had some songs drop in 2022. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, guess I got to check
but that's
this
good.
out.
But that's good for Lonzo, because you got to think, like, if the basketball career is done, he just moves right over to the rap platform.
Do you think at some point every single person is going to be living in LaMelo's house?
Yeah, there's a chance. Yeah.
And like LaMelo's just like coming home, and they're all like playing video games, and he's like, "Hey, clean this place up. Come on, man. I've been at work all day.
Yeah, I've been grinding."
Like it really is. I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, all the Ball brothers just gonna be living outside Charlotte.
Yeah.
While Charlotte wins 20 games a year, and he's like, "Come on, man. Like, I'm the face of the franchise. Like, come on."
And he is. He's good. Like LaMelo, like
he's good.
He's good. He's got tough. That's got to be an interesting Thanksgiving, but hey, I'm sure Alonzo will get healthy.
It's like, hey, love you, Dad, but you kind of screwed me here.
Yeah, but it's just yeah. I think that's a good word for it. All right, well, get better, Lonzo, and sorry about the whole shoe thing. Moving on to the NFL. Now, this is a fun story, Patrick. Antonio Brown willing to pay Cam Newton $150,000 per game to play in his arena football league.
Well, here's the issue, Josh. If he's willing to pay Cam Newton $150,000 a game, he better start paying everybody else, because people aren't too happy with Antonio Brown right now, because apparently he's not paying the bills.
Really? Hey, just he's like, if you cash those checks, make sure you cash it next week. Cash it next week.
Always next week. Never this week. That's rule number one when you have to cash.
Well, because you got the checking account, you get the savings account.
Right, because you get them tied up, because especially with the online banking these days, you might pull from the wrong account, and then you got to wait the 2 to 3 days.
You got limits, and it's like, well, I already pulled this much from the savings this month, so I can't go anymore.
Because, I mean, let's be honest, I don't think Antonio Brown's got the business account set up. He's probably just
not
working.
yet. Well, he's getting it set up.
He's getting it set up, but that takes time. We all know.
Yeah. And so, well, man. So this is his arena team, or is it his whole league?
He owns the team.
And I can't get an XFL team.
No,
man. Dang it. Well. I guess if Cam Newton shows up to this arena football league, I'm not saying his career is over. But I'm saying it's not. It might
probably not in the greatest.
It might
situation.
be a sign of the times.
Yeah. Hey, but he was at Auburn's pro day a couple months ago, trying to get back in the league.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing like a 32-year-old showing up to the college pro day.
No, absolutely not. Now we might see him. Cam Newton would be great in the XFL.
Well, I think Cam might have a job in the NFL.
Why? Where's he going?
Josh, the new rule, you get the emergency quarterback situation.
Shoot,
So instead of 2 quarterbacks on every team, now there's 3. And if there's anything the NFL likes to do is give mediocre players another chance to play in the game.
Now, I would say that Cam Newton is probably, and I'm no genius here, but Cam Newton is definitely a top 96 quarterback, I think.
I would agree. Cam Newton is a top 96 quarterback in this country, on this planet.
Yeah.
But, you never know. Maybe the money situation is not right with the team. Maybe it's not a good situation that he can get in. There's a lot of other factors that go into that, Josh.
Well, we're rooting for Cam, and we're rooting for Antonio Brown because he could be a Raven any day.
He could. He posted the photo. I actually think Antonio Brown thinks he is on the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think he is. He thinks, if you were to tell Antonio Brown's hey, man, by the way, your cousin Hollywood, he doesn't play on the Ravens anymore. He's with the Cardinals, but he's going, well, but I haven't been traded yet. I'm still on the team. So
yeah.
That's
probably what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And then he's going, he's probably texting Harbaugh. He's like, hey, sorry, I can't make it to,
to OTAs this week.
I can't make it OTAs because, I just got this Arena League.
I got tied up.
Hey, I'll be there. I'll be there August.
Yeah, I'll be there in August. And, Antonio Brown's like, you know what? It's actually great. Right now they're paying me not to be there. And if there's any dream in this country, it's, hey, get paid a lot of money not to work. And that's what he thinks is going on. So good for him in the Baltimore Ravens.
Hey, good for that. Yeah. I mean, he's a weapon. Cool. Moving on. Le'Veon Bell smoked weed before every game per Le'Veon Bell. Now, some would say, really,
yeah, cool, dude.
That's what some people are saying. I'm saying justice for Josh Gordon here.
Yeah, it's a tough look for Josh because, hey, he showed he can still play in the XFL. Ben DiNucci to Josh Gordon, maybe the most lethal combination in that league.
Single-handedly almost got them and won them a championship.
Yeah. And now Josh Gordon's going, well, I got busted 7 times. And Le'Veon Bell, you just let him go.
Was Le'Veon Bell just not tested at all? Is that what I need to know? Because it feels like Josh Gordon was probably tested
every day.
Maybe every day. Maybe twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably had in his toilet at home. They probably just had a test right there in it.
Yeah. And it's if you had a friend over, he automatically gets busted. And he's like, come on, that wasn't me.
Come on, dude, you're supposed to, you got to use the guest bathroom.
Yeah, because you can't use mine because it's hooked up. It's the automatic.
Yeah. And so that's probably, and so Josh Gordon probably pretty upset about this. But I guess
or did Le'Veon Bell just go over to Josh Gordon's bathroom every time to do the test?
Did the NFL conspire against Josh Gordon specifically?
Well, the Browns can't have nice things. And that was
even before the Browns.
Maybe.
I don't know. Seems like Le'Veon was getting a little bit of special treatment here. I don't know how you got away with this. I really don't. I really don't know how you could do this every time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because you think they would test.
Also,
because if there is a test,
I feel like it'd be very evident, right? If you were going into the game.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, it worked for him.
I guess good for him. Was that influencing the decision to hold out on the Steelers and take less money with the Jets? I don't know.
Yeah, was Le'Veon Bell under the influence? And is that why he ended up signing for less money? We don't know. I mean,
is that why the Steelers didn't sign him? Because they're like, we can't have
concerns.
They're like, he's going to get suspended any day. All it takes is the NFL to decide to test him once, and we're just done.
So the Steelers actually were proactive in this. They understood what came with it. So possibly a great move from the Pittsburgh Steelers here.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. You know what? Is another? I wouldn't say great move. Not the great move.
Okay.
Well, I guess good move. I don't know how you can view this move. Jimmy Garoppolo just got a surgery. Now,
I think he was forced, Josh. I think he was forced to get the surgery.
So forced to get the surgery, which is one hand. Okay, so really tough time of year to get a surgery.
Yeah.
Usually
it's
you
tough.
want your surgery scheduled the day after you stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this respect, it's like, is it a good thing he's getting the surgery now out of the way and then he'll be able to play? Or
Right.
Is now it's like, are you going to be able to
play.
to play at a high level? And when you're on a team that, I mean, has
Ownership may want to step in at any time.
and that's the thing. Not enough people are going to be talking about the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo has his former coworker is now his boss.
Mm-hmm. Tough situation already.
And was Tom Brady the one who made him get the surgery?
Well, apparently, rumor on the street is Jimmy Garoppolo did not pass his physical when he went to go sign with the Raiders. So the stipulation was, hey, you get the surgery, we'll sign you as long as you're healthy.
Now, so he doesn't pass the physical. They say, hey, you got to get the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Are they just counting on that he will be able to pass the physical after the surgery? That still feels like a big gamble.
It's a gamble because what happens, maybe the doctor messed up, because, hey, mistakes happen. Doctor goes in there and it's like, hey, Jimmy G, like, we're going to have to get the follow-up.
Or what if the world where it wasn't the surgery? Maybe he's just not good. Like, maybe he's just body's deteriorating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a chance. There's a chance that the rest of the body's letting Jimmy G down.
Oh, man. Jimmy G's body actually has consistently let him down.
Mm-hmm.
And
numerous times.
I'd argue might have cost the 49ers and himself a Super Bowl. Maybe multiple.
A few times. I think you can argue a few because, let's not forget Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson was their quarterback last year in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, that was tough.
Let's not forget about that.
Hey, but they're gonna be fine this year.
Oh,
though.
I'm sure they're gonna be fine. They got Sam Darnold.
They got 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Yeah, who needs 2 when you get 3?
And the emergency rule couldn't have come at a better time for them.
Yeah, because you can dress all of them.
Just all of them.
Yeah, and it just
have a 3-way quarterback competition every single game.
And then don't forget about the guy you're gonna have the practice squad. You can be ready to call him up any moment.
And don't forget about the fact that Christian McCaffrey is also an emergency backup.
People forget about that. And Deebo Samuel. I mean, you can also throw the rock a little bit.
Too.
Really, it's a 5-way competition when you think about it in San Francisco this fall.
That's exactly where you want to be as a fan.
You want to have 5 different options when you go into the season because you're thinking, hey, we're not content with just one.
Yeah, you feel good about your options because if you cast a wide net, you're going to catch a fish.
Right, eventually.
I agree. Okay, cool. Moving on. NASCAR tonight. Now, Patrick, obviously, rain delay yesterday on the Coca-Cola 600.
Mm-hmm.
Going into today, does this change anything at all?
Yeah, it changes a lot. It changes that there's a race before it, so at least there's going to be rubber on the track.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's about all it changes.
So just rubber on the track. Does that favor anybody here?
You know what? I'm gonna roll with a guy that I picked that has a bunch of experience at this track. Going with Kevin Harvick.
Still rolling with Kevin Harvick.
Still rolling with Kevin Harvick. And Josh, I got a feeling you're still gonna roll with your guy.
Well, I had to still roll with my guy because I'm invested in him in also multiple ways. He's my pick for my family picks for the week, and I think that coming off of a dominant performance last week, he's just going to keep the ball rolling.
Right, and the only way he doesn't win is if he gets wrecked.
Which is
actually happening a lot to him.
Yeah. So it's like that's the only thing I don't like about
he gets wrecked a lot. If you think about it.
If you think about it, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm going Kyle Larson here.
It's going Kyle Larson.
I think Kyle Larson can get it done. I believe in him. And I think he's going to go out there and he's going to show the world. So official picks for tonight, we got Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Miami Heat. And I don't want to pick the Boston Celtics, but my dream, I'd rather roll with my dream than try to go against my dream. And if I go against my dream's not going to like that. And it's going to make my dream come true.
I think that's a future problem.
We'll see you guys Friday for Friday's episode of Josh and Pat. Make sure you guys DM us at Picks and Pancakes on Instagram to receive not only a free mug, but also a $10 McDonald's gift card, which you can use to purchase anything you want from McDonald's from $10. And I'm sure with summer coming that They
get a
are,
couple
you know,
ice cream.
maybe they pop out a couple specialty menu items. Maybe they get a new Blizzard not Blizzard, new
McFlurry.
McFlurry in there. Maybe they get a new one of those little icy slushy drinks.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys can get so much stuff. Also, make sure you guys go to picksandpancakes.com to read everything that's happening in sports. And we will see you on Monday.
Friday.
Fr-
Friday.
It's a big Memorial Day show, so it feels like this is a Friday.
Feels like it's Friday because
It's
still
a
get the
long
weekend
weekend.
injury.
Yeah, it's like everyone's sleeping right
Everybody-
now.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
fair.
Anyway,
I'll see you Friday. Peace.
Cool. Good stuff.